Okay, so we might finally be about to get some Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 news, so we're going to chat about it for a few minutes. Also, I did a video the other day talking about soldier degradation and going into different people that have been able to resist it over time. It's a good video, you should check it out. It's literally the last video that I uploaded, but ignoring that, forget that. Don't forget that, go and watch it, but forget that for now, because like I say, we may have some Remake Part 3 news. Like the video, subscribe for future content, but let's jump into it. So recently, I did a video where I speculated a little bit about when we could get news about Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3, and the TLDR of that video is that I feel that there are two probable options for when we're going to get Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 news. Either Summer Games Fest, or a PlayStation State of Play, or something to that effect. And what have we just had announced today? That this Thursday, the 12th of February, there will be a PlayStation State of Play running for an hour. It will be broadcast in English with Japanese subtitles available, and it's going to be 60 minutes of news, gameplay updates and announcements from studios across the globe. So the usual stuff with the PlayStation State of Play, we've had this the last few years. It's definitely something that a lot of us were expecting. There was also some talk from insiders that there was going to be a State of Play that got announced in the very near future. So, you know, we kind of knew it was coming. And it just feels right to me. I'm going to be completely honest, it just feels right. I mean, I personally believe that the game is going to come out next January or somewhere around that region. You know, they're going to try and shoot for that 30th anniversary of Final Fantasy VII. So it makes sense that we start hearing news around about now. Summer Games Fest would work, but it only leaves them about 6 months to promote things, whereas this now gives them a little bit longer. And yeah, it feels right. I mean, we recently had that interview with Naoki Hamaguchi where he basically said there's a lot more Final Fantasy VII news coming. This is going to be the most Final Fantasy VII news and updates that we've had this year. So they're obviously going to go super hard. They've obviously got a lot of things planned out for the build-up to Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3, and that's a good thing because I kind of feel like the build-up to Rebirth wasn't that good. There was a lot more focus thrown on Final Fantasy XVI rather than Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and it feels right that they're going to redress that a little bit and give Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 a big push. This also means that we are probably going to be able to stop calling it Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3. This might be the last video where I call it that, because after Thursday we might know. And this kind of leads me into what I expect that we're going to get at this State of Play, if we do get any Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 related news, because there is a possibility that we don't get anything and it does end up being Summer Games Fest. That is a possibility, but if we do get something at this State of Play, I don't think it's going to be anything monumental. I don't think we're going to get like a first trailer or anything like that. I mean, I suppose it technically will be a first trailer, but I don't think it's going to be anything substantial. I don't think we're going to get to see too many scenes or snippets of the game. I think it's very much going to be like one or two scenes that we get a little bit of fleshing out on, maybe something Aerith related, maybe something Sephiroth related, maybe something Zack related. Obviously Cloud will be involved in all of that, but I think the main focus of it is going to be getting that title out there, letting us know what the title of the game is going to be, because, you know, that's the first step. That is almost certainly going to be the thing that they do first. So I don't expect anything massive. I don't expect like a multiple minute trailer or anything like that. They do keep saying that they're quite far ahead in the development process, but I don't think they're that far ahead. I think we probably get a small mini trailer with the reveal of the title, and then everything gears up to that proper first trailer that we'll get at Summer Games Fest. That feels about right to me. Yeah, I genuinely, as soon as I saw the news earlier on today that this State of Play had been announced, I was pretty locked in that this is it. I'm quite locked in now. The clown makeup's already on, the wig's already on. I'm just waiting for Thursday. I am going to be streaming it over on Twitch and here on YouTube, so, you know, if you fancy coming and sharing in the disappointment for an hour, just in case we don't get anything announced, feel free to join us. But for me, it feels right. It just feels right. It'll give them a good amount of time to promote the game, market the game, while still working on the game as well. They'll set an expectation potentially, because if they announce it now, the expectation is January, in my mind. Whereas if they don't announce it now, and they announce it at Summer Games Fest, which will be in June, there's every chance we don't get the game in January and we get it a couple of months later, which wouldn't be the end of the world. You know, it wouldn't be the end of the world, but I just feel like they've got to nail it. They absolutely have to nail it and finish this remake project 30 years after the original game came out. It feels like an easy win. It genuinely feels like an easy win. Another thing that's leaning into the possibility that we might get something is that on the day that this was announced, the prices of Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth have been discounted on PlayStation, and apparently that's a permanent drop in the price. I've not checked on this, I've only seen this on Twitter, so I'll flash it up on screen now with what the actual details are, because I've not properly looked into it, but it's something else that could lend itself to the possibility. The only other thing that I've kind of had people say to me is that, you know, Square Enix are obviously leaning more heavily into this multi-plat thing, where they're looking to release things on all platforms rather than just PlayStation and PC. And yeah, I agree with that, that is something that they're definitely doing, but I feel like they're locked in with the remake project. I feel like there will have already been an agreement in place with Game 1 of this project that locked them in to releasing first on PlayStation. Now, I don't think it's going to be a massive wait. Normally we see the PC release not long after. I feel like we'll see the Xbox and Switch 2 releases at the same time as the PC release now going forward. I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like that's probably going to be the way that they endear themselves, Square Enix that is, they endear themselves to the Xbox and Switch player base. But as for it being something that stops them announcing at the State of Play, I don't think that's the thing. Even if it is going to release on multiple platforms day one, they'll still probably give Sony the scoop, if you get what I'm saying. Because, you know, it is important to be first. Sony will get a lot of views out of it, a lot of clicks out of it. So at the very least, I think they'll still give Sony the first announcement. But yeah, I don't think this multi-platform thing is going to impact Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 as far as stopping it from being on PlayStation first. I do think it will be on PlayStation first. 6 months later, it'll go to everything else. But anyway, I've rambled on enough. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments below. Do you think that we're going to get an announcement on Thursday at the State of Play, or do you think it's more likely to be at Summer Games Fest? And yeah, do you think that it is going to release on all platforms day one? I personally don't, but I've been wrong before. So, you know, let me know what you're thinking in the comments below. But like the video, subscribe for future content, make sure you check out the previous video on the channel like I said at the start, because it's a good one, but more importantly than all of that, have a great day.